What up, guys? How you doing? Emulator Review back at you with another video, and today I am taking questions from my Twitter. Now, as most of you know, I go back and forth between all my social media. I do Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I rotate them and I answer your questions directly from there. And so this time I'm doing Twitter. You can of course follow me there on Twitter. It's at the EMU Review. And this one is going to be kind of short and sweet, not a whole lot of action on Twitter, which is good and bad. So I guess if you look at it, if you really wanted your questions answered, you could always go to Twitter and get them in there. All right. So let's go ahead and do the first one. Here is the Order of Ortega. He asks, what is your favorite sandwiches? Well, sandwiches. I love all sorts of sandwiches. I love a good turkey sandwich with cheddar cheese and mustard, maybe a little lettuce, a little tomato. Getting hungry just thinking about it. I do like that a lot. I also love like the Italian sandwiches, like meatball, marinara, all that sort of thing. It's that's so good. I do like that with like French bread and ooh, so good. And of course, good old-fashioned cheeseburgers. I love those. You can't beat those. But yeah, if I had to pick a sandwich, when I order sandwiches a lot, it's usually like a turkey sandwich. I love that Tillamook cheddar cheese. I'm from the Northwest. I love Tillamook. And then some French's mustard and some fresh sliced tomatoes and crisp green lettuce. Next question here is from my good friend Brandon. He asked, what's your favorite to work on? Personal music, original soundtracks, or indie games, or drum and remix covers? Wow. Well, that's really tough because I really enjoy working on them all. No, that's not really the best answer. Kind of whatever the mood strikes. I will say that when I work on my personal stuff, it's kind of more or less, I don't know, it feels different. I usually am trying to cast a little bit different message. Sometimes a little bit more serious, and sometimes more lighthearted. It really kind of depends. So that's kind of my more intricate type stuff. There's a lot of meaning behind it. Just personally, I like to do that. When it comes to like the soundtracks and stuff, that's probably the most enjoyable. Well, kind of remix and drum covers, they're probably the most enjoyable to work on because sometimes it's like a job, and I like working under certain restraints per se, like composing for a certain genre, game, or style or theme. It's a lot of fun, and I like that a lot. It can be difficult at times, and I like it, and it pushes me to do better and continue to work harder and make better and better music. As far as the drum covers and remix stuff, I love doing that because I get to work on brushing up on my chops, and I keep fresh. I always like to push myself and push the boundaries and do different things. And doing something like that, I get to take a song that's already there, already been created, and then make my own song with it and create something new. But I like to push the boundaries within that, and it keeps my chops fresh. It's like doing something, the same thing but differently every time, and try to find new ways and new routes to take. So that's probably my most exciting and fun things to work on is the remix stuff. John Bennett asks, since you are a shooter fan, what are your thoughts on Splatoon and Devil's Third for Wii U? Now we're talking, man. I mean, seriously, like Splatoon looks amazing. It looks very colorful and exciting multiplayer, and I kind of like the whole sandbox element to it. And you can like the scale of it is really nice too, so you can jump on all sorts of things and move in there and just try to cover your entire area with your color. It looks like a ton of fun, and multiplayer co-op, that looks like that's going to be really where the game is at. I'm very excited for it, and definitely want to pick that up when it comes out. Devil's Third is like, whoa, where'd this come from? Like I saw it, I remember I saw it on E3, and now it's on Nintendo's, I think, YouTube page. Like they have some stuff on there. And I remember seeing it, and there's cussing, there's like naked women, there's he's drinking, he's slicing people up, he's shooting. Like, what is this game? It's like, is this like a Duke Nukem? What I love about it is it feels a lot like Red Steel with the whole like ninja vibe, but it's going back and forth between third and first person for shooting, and then third person for like duck and cover action with swords and stuff. Wow, it looks like hack and slash meets first person shooter meets ninja meets Duke. It's like perfect, right? So yeah, I'm really excited for it. It looks great. I'm definitely gonna pick that up. I mean, getting a game that's edgy like that on any Nintendo console, I think, is right up my alley. So for sure, I'm gonna pick that up. Thanks for your question there, John. And then the last one here, guys, is from Peter Crow, and Peter asks, who is your favorite drummer? His is Rob from Linkin Park. Yes, Linkin Park, fantastic, great band, great musicians, excellent performers. Those guys are brilliant. Mine's kind of a hybrid. I don't really have a favorite drummer because there's so many good drummers. I mean, I could mention like Buddy Rich and all these amazing classic drummers. But for me personally, where I take my most inspiration from is easily from Brad Wilk from Rage Against the Machine, Audio Slave, what have you. He's really the first drummer that I really grabbed onto and tried to mimic as I was growing up, and took a lot of influence from Rage and from his days doing that. Close second would be Pharrell Williams. I feel like I've answered this question in the past, maybe, I don't know. But Pharrell for sure. And actually, yeah, I did answer this on a question on Facebook. That was in another episode, so I'll just say it all again. But yeah, Pharrell, a lot of people know him from like "'Cause I'm Happy," but that's not the Pharrell I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Pharrell that was living in Virginia in jazz band and pep band drumming. I did the same thing. Like that's the Pharrell I'm talking about. He's an excellent drummer. So I take a lot of inspiration from his drumming and the styles and patterns and rhythms that he uses and stuff. And then of course, Phil Collins was right there too. I mean, on top of being a fantastic musician, singer, songwriter, arranger, recorder, everything, he's brilliant, but the man is an incredible drummer. And you cannot beat those big fat 80s toms. Just doom 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 doom. Boom! You gotta love that. So those, if you were to take all three of those guys, put them in a blender, shake them all up, I can only hope that you'll get just a little fragment of what I like to do with my drumming. Very pocket oriented, very groovy, very solid. The hits are very dedicated, and you know that they're gonna happen. They're there. They punch you. That's what I want. So anyway, guys, this has been a great little fun video. Thanks for everyone who submitted some questions there on Twitter. I like doing them. They're fun to do. And if you'd like to get involved with it, please do follow me on Twitter at the EMU Review. I also do it on Instagram. My Instagram is jason.heine. And you can also follow me on Facebook. I have my page there, the Emulator Review. Thanks again, you guys. Have a very happy new year. Take care. Bye.